20 black celebrities who went broke twice. What if millions of dollars still weren't enough to protect your future? Some of the most famous black celebrities in the world once earned fortunes that most people can only dream of. Tens, even hundreds of millions. Yet somehow, many of them found themselves facing the unthinkable, going broke not once, but twice. From chart-topping musicians to legendary athletes, their stories reveal how quickly fame and fortune can disappear when financial decisions go wrong. But these journeys are not just about loss. They're about lessons, resilience, and second chances. Welcome to Black Excellence Legends. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and tell us in the comments, which celebrity's financial comeback surprised you the most? MC Hammer. At the height of the early 1990s music boom, few artists embodied global success like MC Hammer. Born Stanley Kirk Burrell, the Oakland rapper became one of the most recognizable figures in pop culture, thanks to his explosive hit, "You Can't Touch This," in 1990. The song, built around a sample from Rick James's Super Freak, turned Hammer into an international phenomenon. His album, Please Hammer, Don't Hurt 'Em, sold more than 10 million copies worldwide, becoming one of the best-selling rap albums of all time. At his peak, reports suggested Hammer was earning over $30 million per year from record sales, touring, and endorsements. But behind the dazzling fame was a financial structure that would soon collapse. Hammer was known for living extremely large. He built a massive $30 million mansion in Fremont, California, reportedly employing over 200 people, including bodyguards, assistants, and extended friends. His lifestyle included luxury cars, expensive horses, recording studios, and a huge entourage that traveled with him around the world. At one point, his monthly expenses were estimated to exceed $500,000. The problem wasn't that Hammer wasn't earning money, it was that he was spending it even faster. When the music industry shifted in the mid-1990s and Hammer's commercial dominance faded, the financial imbalance became impossible to sustain. In 1996, MC Hammer filed for bankruptcy, reportedly owing around $13 million to creditors. The fall was dramatic. The mansion was sold, the entourage dissolved, and the rapper who once symbolized hip-hop excess had to rebuild his life from the ground up. Yet Hammer's story didn't end with financial ruin. In the years that followed, he reinvented himself as a pastor, entrepreneur, and tech investor, becoming involved in Silicon Valley startups and digital media ventures. His journey is a powerful reminder that success is not only about earning wealth, but learning how to protect it. There is also a deeper human lesson behind Hammer's rise and fall. At times, he admitted that generosity and loyalty to friends influenced many of his financial decisions. While that generosity came at a cost, it also reflected a heart that valued people over possessions. Ultimately, MC Hammer's story shows that even after losing everything, resilience and reinvention can create a second chapter, sometimes even more meaningful than the first. Toni Braxton. Toni Braxton's voice defined an era. With its deep, smoky tone and emotional delivery, she became one of the most successful R&B singers of the 1990s. Born in Severn, Maryland, Braxton rose to prominence after signing with LaFace Records, the label founded by L.A. Reid and Babyface. Her self-titled debut album in 1993 quickly made history, selling over 10 million copies worldwide and earning her 3 Grammy Awards, including Best New Artist. Her career reached another level in 1996 with the release of Secrets, the album that featured the iconic ballad Unbreak My Heart. The song spent 11 weeks at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming one of the biggest hits of the decade. By the late 1990s, Braxton had sold tens of millions of records and was widely considered one of the most powerful voices in modern R&B. Yet behind that massive success was a financial reality few fans understood. In 1998, Toni Braxton filed for bankruptcy, shocking the music industry. Despite selling millions of albums, she revealed that the structure of her recording contract left her earning very little in royalties. In fact, Braxton famously stated that after major album sales, she sometimes received less than $2,000 in royalties due to recoupable expenses written into the contract. Her case became a major example of how record deals could heavily favor labels over artists. After renegotiating her contract and continuing to release successful music, Braxton rebuilt her career, but financial struggles returned years later. In 2010, she filed for bankruptcy again, citing a combination of factors including medical expenses related to lupus, reduced touring income, and financial obligations accumulated over time. Despite these setbacks, Toni Braxton never disappeared from the spotlight. She continued recording music, starring in reality television with Braxton Family Values, performing in Las Vegas residencies, and earning additional Grammy Awards, bringing her total to 7. Her journey carries an important message beyond fame. Toni Braxton's experience exposed the hidden realities of the music business and sparked wider conversations about artists' rights and financial literacy. More importantly, her perseverance shows that even after major setbacks, talent and determination can help rebuild a legacy. Success is not defined by avoiding failure. It is defined by the courage to rise again when the world believes you have fallen. DMX. Few hip-hop artists brought as much raw intensity to music as DMX, born Earl Simmons in Yonkers, New York. Emerging in the late 1990s, DMX exploded onto the scene with a voice that sounded less like rapping and more like a battle cry. His debut album, It's Dark and Hell is Hot, 1998, debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 and quickly went multi-platinum. That same year, he released Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, which also debuted at #1, an extremely rare achievement in hip-hop. Over the next few years, DMX would release 5 consecutive albums that debuted at #1, including the hugely successful And Then There Was X in 1999, featuring the hit single Party Up, Up in Here. At the peak of his career, DMX was one of the most powerful voices in rap. His music sold over 70 million records worldwide, and he expanded into Hollywood with films like Belly, 1998, Romeo Must Die, 2000, and Exit Wounds, 2001. For a time, he seemed unstoppable. But behind the success was a life marked by struggle. DMX had endured a difficult childhood filled with instability and trauma, experiences that shaped both his music and his personal battles. Over the years, he faced numerous legal issues related to substance dependency, including arrests and court cases that resulted in fines, legal fees, and lost income. These challenges slowly eroded the financial foundation built during his years of commercial success. In 2013, DMX filed for bankruptcy, reporting limited assets while owing significant debts that included child support and other financial obligations. His situation illustrated how quickly fortune can fade when personal challenges intersect with financial pressures. Yet even during difficult periods, DMX never lost the loyalty of his fans. His music, deeply emotional, spiritual, and brutally honest, continued to resonate with audiences around the world. When DMX passed away in April 2021 at the age of 50, tributes poured in from across the music industry. Many remembered not just the rapper, but the deeply human figure behind the microphone, someone who openly spoke about faith, redemption, and struggle. His story is ultimately more than a tale of financial hardship. It is a reminder that success does not erase personal battles. DMX's legacy lives on in his music, which continues to inspire listeners with its message that even in darkness, the search for redemption and strength never truly ends. Wesley Snipes. For much of the 1990s and early 2000s, Wesley Snipes was one of Hollywood's most bankable action stars. Born in Orlando, Florida, and raised in the Bronx, Snipes trained in martial arts and acting before rising to fame with standout performances in films like New Jack City, 1991, White Men Can't Jump, 1992, and Passenger 57, 1992. His charisma, physical presence, and sharp screen energy quickly made him one of the defining action heroes of his generation. However, Snipes' most iconic role arrived in 1998 when he starred as the vampire hunter in Marvel's Blade. The film was groundbreaking. Long before the modern superhero boom, Blade proved that comic book adaptations could succeed with darker themes and complex characters. The film grossed over $130 million worldwide, spawning 2 successful sequels and cementing Snipes as a global star. Throughout the late 1990s and early 2000s, Snipes earned millions from major Hollywood projects. Yet behind the scenes, a financial and legal crisis was building. In the mid-2000s, federal authorities began investigating his tax filings. Prosecutors argued that Snipes had failed to file tax returns for multiple years, allegedly owing millions of dollars to the IRS. The situation escalated in 2008 when Snipes was convicted of failing to file federal tax returns. While he was acquitted of more serious fraud charges, the conviction still carried significant consequences. He was sentenced to 3 years in federal prison, a punishment that halted his acting career during what would normally have been some of his most productive years. The financial impact was enormous. Legal fees, penalties, and years away from film projects severely affected his earnings and public reputation. For a time, it seemed as if one of Hollywood's most recognizable action stars might never fully recover his career. But Wesley Snipes refused to disappear. After completing his sentence, he gradually returned to acting, appearing in projects such as The Expendables 3, 2014, and later television and streaming productions. His return demonstrated resilience and a determination to rebuild. Snipes' story carries a powerful lesson about responsibility and accountability. Fame and wealth can create the illusion of invincibility, but the rules of financial and legal systems apply to everyone. At the same time, his comeback reminds us that mistakes do not have to define a person forever. With persistence and reflection, it is possible to write a new chapter, even after the world believes the story is over. Allen Iverson. Few athletes in modern basketball history changed the culture of the NBA as dramatically as Allen Iverson. Known simply as The Answer, Iverson was more than just a superstar point guard. He became a symbol of individuality, toughness, and unapologetic authenticity. Drafted number 1 overall in the 1996 NBA draft by the Philadelphia 76ers, Iverson quickly proved that size didn't define greatness. Standing just 6 feet tall, he dominated games with relentless speed, fearless drives to the basket, and unmatched competitiveness. Throughout his 14-season NBA career, Iverson built an extraordinary resume. He won the NBA MVP award in 2001, led the league in scoring 4 times, and was selected to 11 NBA All-Star teams. That same 2001 season, he carried the 76ers to the NBA Finals, delivering one of the most iconic playoff performances in basketball history, including his unforgettable step-over moment against the Los Angeles Lakers. Financially, Iverson earned enormous wealth during his playing days. His NBA salary alone exceeded $150 million, and his endorsement deals, particularly with Reebok, added tens of millions more. His signature shoe line became one of the most recognizable basketball brands of the early 2000s. However, after retirement, reports began surfacing about Iverson's financial struggles. Despite the massive fortune he had earned, his lifestyle reportedly included extravagant purchases, luxury cars, designer jewelry, and the support of a very large entourage. Iverson was known for being extremely generous, often covering expenses for friends and extended family. While that generosity reflected loyalty, it also created an unsustainable financial structure once his playing income ended. In 2012, court documents during a divorce case revealed serious financial difficulties, with Iverson reportedly struggling to maintain the same lifestyle he once enjoyed. For many fans, it was shocking that a player who had earned hundreds of millions could face such hardship. Yet Iverson's story is not simply about financial missteps. In recent years, he has benefited from a long-term endorsement agreement with Reebok that reportedly includes a $32 million trust fund scheduled to be paid out in 2030, ensuring long-term financial security. More importantly, Allen Iverson's legacy transcends money. He helped reshape how athletes express themselves through fashion, attitude, and authenticity. His journey reminds us that fame and fortune do not automatically guarantee lifelong stability. But it also shows that influence, cultural impact, and resilience can endure far longer than any bank balance. Terrell Owens. On the football field, Terrell Owens was one of the most dominant wide receivers the NFL has ever seen. Known for his explosive athleticism, confident personality, and unforgettable touchdown celebrations, Owens built a career that placed him among the greatest pass catchers in league history. Drafted in 1996 by the San Francisco 49ers, Owens quickly became a nightmare for opposing defenses. Over the course of 15 NFL seasons, he accumulated extraordinary statistics. Over 15,900 receiving yards, 153 touchdowns, and 6 Pro Bowl selections. His performance ranks him among the top wide receivers in NFL history, and in 2018 he was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Financially, Owens appeared to be living the dream. Throughout his career, he reportedly earned around $80 million in salary, along with additional income from endorsements and appearances. To many observers, it seemed like the perfect formula for lifelong wealth. But after his playing days ended, Owens faced a series of financial setbacks that shocked fans. In 2012, reports revealed that Owens had significant financial difficulties, despite the massive earnings he had accumulated during his career. Several factors contributed to the situation. Owens later explained that he had trusted financial advisors and investment managers who made poor decisions on his behalf. One major setback reportedly involved a failed real estate and entertainment complex investment in Alabama, which resulted in substantial financial losses. In addition, Owens had multiple financial obligations, including child support for several children, which placed ongoing pressure on his finances. Combined with declining income after retirement, these commitments made it difficult to maintain the lifestyle he had built during his playing years. Yet Terrell Owens never allowed financial setbacks to erase his identity or achievements. In interviews, he has openly discussed the lessons he learned about money management, emphasizing the importance of financial education for professional athletes. Today, Owens continues working in sports media, entrepreneurship, and motivational speaking, using his experiences to educate younger athletes about financial responsibility. His story highlights an important reality of professional sports. Careers are short, but financial decisions can have lifelong consequences. Ultimately, Terrell Owens' journey reflects more than statistics or contracts. It demonstrates that success requires not only talent on the field, but also wisdom off it, and that even after financial challenges, a determined individual can still redefine their future. Marion Jones. At the dawn of the new millennium, Marion Jones stood at the pinnacle of global athletics. With blazing speed, confidence, and undeniable talent, she became one of the most celebrated track and field athletes of her generation. Born in Los Angeles and raised in California, Jones showed extraordinary athletic ability from a young age. By the late 1990s, she had become the face of American sprinting, admired not only for her performances, but also for her charisma and marketability. Her greatest moment arrived at the 2000 Sydney Olympics, where Jones achieved what few athletes in history had ever accomplished. She won 5 Olympic medals, 3 gold and 2 bronze, dominating the track and field events and becoming a global superstar overnight. Major endorsement deals followed, with brands like Nike and other sponsors eager to associate with her image of excellence. For a time, Jones represented the very definition of athletic success. But the triumph did not last forever. In the years following the Olympics, questions began to surface about performance-enhancing substances in professional sports. Investigations connected to the Balco doping scandal eventually placed Jones under intense scrutiny. For years, she denied any wrongdoing, maintaining that her victories were achieved through hard work and discipline. However, in 2007, Marion Jones publicly admitted that she had used performance-enhancing substances earlier in her career. The admission sent shockwaves through the sports world. As a result, she was stripped of her Olympic medals, lost millions in endorsement deals, and faced legal consequences after pleading guilty to making false statements to federal investigators. The financial impact was devastating. Sponsorships vanished, prize money disappeared, and the once celebrated Olympic champion suddenly found herself facing serious economic hardship. Reports indicated that she eventually filed for bankruptcy after losing the wealth and opportunities that had once seemed limitless. Yet Marion Jones's story did not end there. After serving her legal sentence, she worked to rebuild her life and reputation, later pursuing a professional career in women's basketball with the WNBA's Tulsa Shock in 2010. Though her time in basketball was brief, it symbolized her determination to move forward. Her journey remains a powerful reminder that success built on shortcuts can collapse quickly. At the same time, it also shows that accountability and resilience can create the possibility of redemption. In the end, Marion Jones's legacy is not only about medals or controversy, but about the complicated human struggle between ambition, consequence, and the search for a second chance. Mike Tyson. Few figures in sports history have experienced a life as dramatic as Mike Tyson. Known as Iron Mike, Tyson rose from a troubled childhood in Brooklyn, New York, to become one of the most feared boxers the world had ever seen. His ferocious punching power and aggressive style transformed him into a global sensation during the 1980s. In 1986, at just 20 years old, Tyson became the youngest heavyweight champion in boxing history, defeating Trevor Berbick to claim the WBC title. Over the next few years, he unified the heavyweight division, holding the WBA, WBC, and IBF championships simultaneously. At his peak, Tyson appeared unstoppable, knocking out opponents with astonishing speed and intensity. The financial rewards of that dominance were enormous. During his boxing career, Tyson reportedly earned more than $400 million from fights, endorsements, and promotional deals. His bouts generated massive pay-per-view sales, making him one of the most lucrative athletes in the world at the time. But outside the ring, Tyson's life was filled with chaos. Lavish spending quickly became part of his lifestyle. He purchased multiple mansions, luxury vehicles, expensive jewelry, and famously even owned 3 Siberian tigers as pets. His spending habits were legendary. At one point, he reportedly spent $400,000 on a single birthday celebration. Legal troubles also took a heavy toll on both his career and finances. In 1992, Tyson was convicted of rape and served nearly 3 years in prison, interrupting the prime years of his boxing career. After returning to the ring, he continued earning huge purses, but his financial management remained unstable. By 2003, despite earning hundreds of millions of dollars, Tyson filed for bankruptcy, reporting debts of approximately $23 million. The news shocked the world. How could someone who had generated so much wealth end up with so little? Over time, Tyson began rebuilding his life. In recent years, he has found renewed success through business ventures, acting appearances, podcasting, and cannabis-related enterprises. His documentary interviews and autobiography have also given audiences a deeper look into the personal struggles that shaped his life. Mike Tyson's story is both cautionary and inspirational. It shows how extraordinary talent can create immense success, but also how quickly that success can disappear without discipline and guidance. Yet perhaps the most powerful part of his journey is his willingness to grow. Today, Tyson openly speaks about accountability, personal change, and the lessons he learned from losing everything, reminding us that even the most turbulent lives can still find redemption. Evander Holyfield. Nicknamed The Real Deal, Evander Holyfield built one of the most respected careers in boxing history. Born in Atmore, Alabama, and raised in Atlanta, Holyfield rose from humble beginnings to become a symbol of discipline, endurance, and determination. His professional career began in the mid-1980s after winning a bronze medal at the 1984 Los Angeles Olympics. And it did not take long for the boxing world to recognize his potential. Holyfield first dominated the cruiserweight division, becoming the undisputed champion in 1988, before moving up to the heavyweight class where he achieved even greater fame. Over the course of his career, he became a four-time heavyweight champion, something very few fighters in history have accomplished. His legendary bouts against fighters like Mike Tyson, Riddick Bowe, and Lennox Lewis cemented his reputation as one of the toughest competitors the sport has ever seen. Financially, Holyfield appeared to be incredibly secure during his prime. Reports estimate that he earned around $200 to $250 million from fights, endorsements, and business ventures throughout his career. However, life outside the ring proved more complicated. Like many athletes who suddenly accumulate enormous wealth, Holyfield struggled to maintain financial stability after his peak earning years. One of the most widely reported issues was the enormous cost of maintaining his lifestyle. Holyfield famously owned a 109-room mansion in Fayetteville, Georgia, one of the largest homes in the United States at the time. Maintaining such a property, along with staff and upkeep, created huge financial obligations. In addition, Holyfield had 11 children, and substantial child support payments added significant long-term expenses. By the late 2000s, financial pressures began to mount. Reports revealed that Holyfield faced foreclosure on his massive estate, which was eventually sold after he fell behind on mortgage payments. At the same time, some of his business investments reportedly failed to deliver expected returns, further complicating his financial situation. Despite these setbacks, Holyfield has remained an admired figure in boxing history. He continues to appear at sporting events, participate in interviews, and work with charitable organizations focused on youth development and faith-based community outreach. Holyfield's story offers a meaningful lesson beyond sports. Even the most disciplined champions can face unexpected financial challenges. His journey reminds us that wealth, like victory in the ring, requires careful strategy and long-term planning. Yet it also demonstrates resilience. The same determination that helped him survive brutal boxing matches continues to guide him through life's challenges. Lauryn Hill. Few artists have left as deep and lasting an imprint on music as Lauryn Hill. Born in East Orange, New Jersey, Hill emerged in the 1990s as one of the most powerful voices in hip-hop and soul. Her talent first gained global attention as a member of the influential group The Fugees, alongside Wyclef Jean and Pras Michel. Their album, The Score, 1996, became a worldwide phenomenon, selling over 20 million copies and producing timeless hits like Killing Me Softly. But Lauryn Hill's most legendary achievement arrived in 1998 with the release of her solo album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. The project blended hip-hop, soul, reggae, and R&B into a deeply personal and socially conscious masterpiece. The album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, sold millions of copies worldwide, and won 5 Grammy Awards in one night, a record-breaking achievement at the time for a female artist. For many fans, Hill represented authenticity and artistic depth rarely seen in mainstream music. Yet despite her enormous success, her relationship with the music industry became increasingly complicated. Hill gradually stepped away from the spotlight, citing pressures within the entertainment business and a desire to focus on her personal life and family. Financial difficulties later emerged, largely connected to tax obligations. In 2012, Lauryn Hill pleaded guilty to failing to file federal tax returns on income she had earned during several previous years. Authorities stated that the unpaid taxes totaled more than $1 million. As a result, Hill was sentenced in 2013 to 3 months in federal prison, followed by house arrest and supervised release. The case generated widespread discussion about the responsibilities that come with financial success. Hill explained that during the period in question, she had withdrawn from public life and struggled with industry pressures, but the legal consequences still had to be addressed. Despite the controversy, Lauryn Hill's musical legacy remains extraordinarily influential. Songs from the miseducation of Lauryn Hill continue to shape modern R&B, hip-hop, and neo-soul artists decades after its release. Critics and fans alike still rank the album among the greatest records in music history. Lauryn Hill's story illustrates how fame can bring both extraordinary success and immense pressure. Yet it also shows that artistic brilliance can endure through difficult chapters. Her music continues to inspire generations, proving that true cultural impact often outlives the challenges that surround it. Sinbad. For decades, Sinbad, born David Adkins, was one of the most recognizable comedians in American entertainment. Known for his energetic storytelling and family-friendly humor, he built a reputation that stood apart from many comedians of his era. Instead of relying on profanity or shock value, Sinbad's comedy focused on relatable, everyday life, family, parenting, and the absurdities of adulthood. This approach helped him appeal to audiences across generations. Sinbad first gained national attention in the late 1980s after appearing on Star Search, where his charisma and sharp wit made him an instant standout. His success soon opened doors in television, leading to roles on popular shows such as A Different World, and later his own sitcom, The Sinbad Show, which aired in the early 1990s. Throughout the decade, he also starred in family films including House Guest, 1995, alongside Phil Hartman, and Jingle All the Way, 1996, with Arnold Schwarzenegger. With sold-out comedy tours, television appearances, and movie roles, Sinbad earned millions during the peak of his career. However, behind the scenes, financial challenges began to build. Unlike some celebrities whose fortunes disappeared through luxury spending or risky investments, Sinbad's financial struggles were largely tied to tax obligations that accumulated over many years. In 2009, Sinbad filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, reporting millions of dollars in debt, much of it owed to the IRS. According to public filings, his financial issues were connected to unpaid taxes dating back several years, along with penalties and interest that continued to grow over time. Then, just a few years later, he faced financial trouble again and filed for bankruptcy a second time in 2013. The situation served as a stark reminder that even highly successful entertainers must remain vigilant about financial management. Tax debt, especially when ignored, can quickly escalate into a crisis, regardless of one's income. Despite these hardships, Sinbad's legacy in comedy remains deeply respected. He continued performing stand-up and making television appearances, proving that his ability to make people laugh never disappeared. In recent years, fans around the world have also rallied around him after he suffered a serious stroke in 2020, showing how much his work has meant to audiences. Sinbad's story carries an important message. Success in entertainment can bring wealth quickly, but maintaining financial stability requires discipline, awareness, and proper guidance. At the same time, his resilience reminds us that setbacks do not erase a lifetime of talent or the joy an artist brings to millions. Gary Coleman. Few child actors in television history became as instantly recognizable as Gary Coleman. Born in Zion, Illinois, Coleman rose to fame in the late 1970s when he starred as Arnold Jackson on the hit sitcom Different Strokes. With his small stature, expressive face, and unforgettable catchphrase, "What you talking about, Willis?" Coleman quickly became one of the most beloved television personalities of the era. Different Strokes, which aired from 1978 to 1986, was a massive success, and Coleman became its breakout star. At the height of the show's popularity, he was reportedly one of the highest-paid child actors on television, earning substantial sums for each episode. His popularity extended beyond television, leading to appearances in films, commercials, and numerous guest spots across American entertainment. However, despite earning millions during his childhood career, Coleman's financial story would take a troubling turn. As a minor, his earnings were controlled by his parents and business advisors, who were responsible for managing his finances. Years later, Coleman revealed that much of the money he had earned had been mismanaged or spent without his knowledge. In 1989, Coleman filed a lawsuit against his parents and former business manager, claiming that they had improperly handled his earnings. He eventually won a $1.3 million settlement, but the legal battle highlighted the vulnerabilities many child actors face when their income is controlled by adults. Despite this partial recovery, financial struggles continued. By 1999, Gary Coleman filed for bankruptcy, stating that the wealth he had accumulated during his acting career had largely disappeared. Without the steady stream of acting roles he once enjoyed as a child star, maintaining financial stability became increasingly difficult. Coleman's life was also complicated by ongoing health challenges. He had been born with a congenital kidney disease, which required multiple surgeries and lifelong medical care. These medical expenses added additional pressure to his already fragile financial situation. Gary Coleman passed away in 2010 at the age of 42, leaving behind a legacy that still resonates with fans of classic television. His story sparked important conversations about the need for stronger financial protections for young performers. Ultimately, Gary Coleman's journey is both inspiring and cautionary. He brought laughter to millions of households, yet his life also revealed the importance of safeguarding the earnings and well-being of child stars. His impact on television history remains undeniable, reminding audiences that behind every famous face is a human story filled with triumphs, struggles, and lessons for future generations. Antoine Walker. During the late 1990s and early 2000s, Antoine Walker was one of the most recognizable forwards in the NBA. Drafted 6th overall in the 1996 NBA draft by the Boston Celtics, Walker quickly established himself as a versatile scorer known for his confidence, long-range shooting, and bold personality on the court. Over the course of a 13-year NBA career, he played for several teams including the Celtics, Dallas Mavericks, Miami Heat, Atlanta Hawks, and Minnesota Timberwolves. His biggest professional highlight came in 2006 when he helped the Miami Heat win the NBA championship alongside stars like Dwayne Wade and Shaquille O'Neal. Financially, Walker appeared to have secured a comfortable future. According to league salary records, he earned more than $108 million in NBA salary alone, not including endorsements and other income streams that typically follow professional athletes. For many players, that level of earnings would represent lifelong financial security. But for Walker, the reality turned out very differently. In 2010, just 2 years after retiring from the NBA, Walker filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, listing debts of nearly $13 million. The news shocked many fans who assumed that someone who had earned over $100 million would never face such a crisis. Several factors contributed to his financial collapse. Walker later admitted that he had made poor investment decisions, including real estate ventures that failed during the 2008 financial crisis. In addition, he developed a costly gambling habit that reportedly drained large sums of money over time. Perhaps most significantly, Walker was known for his extraordinary generosity. He often supported dozens of family members and friends, paying for homes, vehicles, and everyday expenses. While generosity can be admirable, Walker later explained that it created a situation where he effectively became a financial lifeline for too many people. When his NBA income stopped, the obligations remained. In the years since his bankruptcy, Walker has worked to rebuild his life and share the lessons he learned. He now participates in financial education programs for professional athletes, speaking openly about the mistakes that led to his downfall. His story carries a powerful message. Earning wealth is only one part of financial success. Protecting it requires discipline, planning, and boundaries. Walker's willingness to speak candidly about his experience has helped younger athletes avoid similar mistakes, turning a painful chapter of his life into a meaningful lesson for the next generation. Dionne Warwick. For more than half a century, Dionne Warwick has been one of the most elegant and influential voices in popular music. Born in East Orange, New Jersey, Warwick rose to fame in the 1960s through her collaboration with legendary songwriters Burt Bacharach and Hal David. Her smooth vocals and emotional delivery helped create some of the most iconic songs of the era, including Walk On By, I Say a Little Prayer, Alfie, and Do You Know the Way to San Jose? Over the course of her career, Warwick sold more than 100 million records worldwide, making her one of the best-selling female artists in music history. She earned 6 Grammy Awards, dozens of chart hits, and international recognition that spanned generations. Few artists have maintained relevance across so many decades. Despite this extraordinary success, Warwick faced significant financial challenges later in life. In 2013, at the age of 72, she filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy protection. The announcement surprised many fans who associated her name with decades of musical success. Court documents reveal that Warwick owed over $10 million in tax debt, primarily to the Internal Revenue Service and the state of California, with unpaid taxes dating back to the 1990s. At the time of the filing, her reported monthly income was relatively modest compared to her earlier career earnings. Financial difficulties like Warwick's often result from complex circumstances, including management decisions, tax complications, and changing income streams as performers age. The music industry can be unpredictable, and long-term financial planning becomes increasingly important as touring and recording opportunities fluctuate. However, Dionne Warwick's story is far from one of defeat. Even after facing financial setbacks, she continued performing, recording music, and appearing in television specials. In recent years, she has even gained renewed popularity through social media, where her witty and engaging posts introduced her to a younger generation of fans. Warwick's life demonstrates that financial challenges can happen even to the most successful individuals. Yet her resilience, talent, and enduring presence in entertainment prove that a career built on genuine artistry can survive difficult moments. Ultimately, Dionne Warwick's legacy is defined not by financial struggles, but by a voice that shaped the soundtrack of multiple generations and continues to inspire audiences around the world. Michael Vick. For a time, Michael Vick was one of the most electrifying athletes the NFL had ever seen. Born in Newport News, Virginia, Vick's combination of speed, agility, and a powerful throwing arm changed the way people viewed the quarterback position. When the Atlanta Falcons selected him as the #1 overall pick in the 2001 NFL Draft, he quickly proved he was not just another talented player, he was a game changer. Fans packed stadiums to watch him turn broken plays into breathtaking runs, and his highlight reel style made him one of the league's biggest attractions. Vick's success translated into enormous financial rewards. In 2004, he signed a groundbreaking 10-year contract worth approximately $130 million, one of the largest deals in NFL history at the time. Endorsement agreements with major brands soon followed, and for a moment it seemed like his future, both professionally and financially, was completely secure. But everything changed in 2007 when federal authorities uncovered Vick's involvement in an illegal dogfighting operation. The investigation shocked the sports world. Vick eventually pleaded guilty to conspiracy charges and served 18 months in federal prison. The consequences extended far beyond the courtroom. The NFL suspended him indefinitely, sponsors canceled endorsement deals, and the income that once seemed endless suddenly disappeared. While still incarcerated, Vick filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 2008, reporting debts of more than $20 million. Legal fees, lost contracts, and ongoing financial obligations had taken a severe toll. For many observers, his fall from superstar quarterback to financial crisis was one of the most dramatic collapses in modern sports. Yet Michael Vick's story also includes redemption. After serving his sentence, he worked to rebuild both his career and his reputation. The NFL eventually reinstated him, and he returned to football with the Philadelphia Eagles, where he experienced a remarkable comeback season in 2010, earning NFL Comeback Player of the Year honors. Beyond football, Vick has spoken openly about the mistakes that changed his life. He has participated in animal welfare awareness campaigns and used his experiences to encourage younger athletes to make better decisions. Michael Vick's journey is a powerful reminder that fame and fortune can disappear in an instant when poor choices are made. But it also shows that accountability, personal growth, and determination can create a path forward, even after a fall that once seemed impossible to recover from. Marvin Sapp. In the world of gospel music, Marvin Sapp is known as a voice of inspiration. Born in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Sapp first gained recognition in the late 1980s as a member of the influential gospel group Commissioned, before launching a successful solo career that would eventually make him one of the most respected artists in contemporary gospel. His breakthrough came in 2007 with the powerful song, "Never Would Have Made It." The emotional anthem quickly became one of the most successful gospel singles of all time. The song spent over 40 weeks at #1 on the Billboard Hot Gospel Songs chart, resonating deeply with audiences who connected with its message of perseverance through hardship. Beyond music, Sapp also served as a pastor and community leader, guiding congregations while continuing to record and perform. His albums received multiple Grammy nominations, and his influence within the gospel community continued to grow. However, like many public figures, Sapp eventually faced serious financial challenges. Around 2016, reports surfaced that he was struggling with significant debt and the possibility of foreclosure on his home. The difficulties were attributed to a combination of circumstances, including the lingering effects of the 2008 economic recession, which affected real estate investments and business ventures connected to his ministry and music career. Another deeply personal factor also played a role. In 2010, Sapp lost his wife, Dr. Melinda Sapp, who had been not only his life partner, but also a key figure in managing many aspects of his ministry and business affairs. Her passing created both emotional and organizational challenges that made financial stability harder to maintain during the years that followed. Despite these obstacles, Marvin Sapp continued performing, preaching, and recording music that uplifted listeners. His faith-centered message remained consistent. Even during life's most difficult moments, resilience and hope can guide a person forward. Sapp's experience highlights an important truth: financial hardship does not discriminate. Even individuals who inspire millions can face unexpected setbacks due to economic shifts, personal loss, or business challenges. Yet perhaps the most powerful part of his story is how closely it reflects the message of his most famous song. "Never Would Have Made It" was written about overcoming trials, and in many ways Marvin Sapp has lived that message himself, showing that perseverance and faith can help people stand again after life's most difficult storms. Young Buck. In the early 2000s, Young Buck, born David Darnell Brown, emerged as one of the most recognizable voices in Southern hip-hop. Raised in Nashville, Tennessee, he built his reputation through gritty storytelling and an aggressive lyrical style that reflected the harsh realities of street life. His big break came when he joined 50 Cent's G-Unit Collective, a group that dominated rap charts during that era. With the success of the group's 2003 album, Beg for Mercy, which sold over 2 million copies in the United States, Young Buck quickly became a prominent figure in mainstream hip-hop. His solo career also showed promise. His debut album, Straight Outta Cashville, 2004, debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200 and eventually went platinum. The project produced several successful singles and solidified his identity as a major artist within the G-Unit brand. For a moment, it seemed that Young Buck had secured a long and profitable career in the music industry. However, the business side of the music world soon became complicated. One of the major turning points in Young Buck's financial journey was a prolonged contractual dispute with G-Unit Records and 50 Cent. The disagreement reportedly restricted his ability to release new music independently, effectively cutting off his primary source of income during crucial years of his career. Without consistent revenue from album releases or tours, financial pressure began to grow. In 2010, Young Buck filed for bankruptcy, listing debts connected to taxes, business obligations, and legal costs. Although he attempted to rebuild his finances through music and touring, financial struggles returned again years later. In 2020, he filed for bankruptcy a second time, demonstrating how complicated legal battles and unpaid obligations can create long-term economic challenges. Beyond contractual conflicts, reports also mentioned tax debts and child support payments as factors contributing to his financial difficulties. When multiple financial obligations pile up without steady income, even a successful artist can quickly find themselves in a difficult situation. Yet Young Buck's story is not solely about financial setbacks. Over the years, he has continued to release music independently, reconnecting with fans who appreciate his authenticity and resilience. His experience highlights a crucial reality of the music industry. Talent alone does not guarantee long-term financial security. Ultimately, Young Buck's journey serves as a reminder that understanding contracts, maintaining financial discipline, and protecting creative independence are just as important as artistic success. Fame may arrive quickly, but sustaining it requires. Florence Griffith-Joyner. Few athletes have ever captured the world's imagination the way Florence Griffith-Joyner, affectionately known as FloJo, did during the late 1980s. Born in Los Angeles, California, Griffith-Joyner rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most iconic sprinters in track and field history. Her extraordinary speed, combined with her bold personal style, colorful racing suits, and famously long, decorated fingernails, made her instantly recognizable around the globe. FloJo's defining moment came at the 1988 Seoul Olympic Games, where she delivered one of the most dominant performances in Olympic history. She won 3 gold medals in the 100 meters, 200 meters, and the 4x100 relay, along with a silver medal in the 4x400 relay. Even decades later, her 100-meter world record of 10.49 seconds and 200-meter record of 21.34 seconds still stand, making her the fastest woman ever recorded in both events. Her Olympic success transformed Griffith-Joyner into an international superstar. Endorsement deals, public appearances, and sponsorship opportunities followed quickly. She became a role model for young athletes and a symbol of excellence in women's sports. However, like many athletes whose careers peak quickly, the financial stability that comes with fame can sometimes be more fragile than it appears. After retiring from competition in 1989, Griffith-Joyner explored opportunities in fashion design, acting, and sports promotion. While she remained widely admired, the transition from Olympic champion to long-term financial stability proved complex. Following her sudden passing in 1998 at the age of 38, Reports about her estate revealed unresolved financial obligations, including tax-related debts that raised questions about the management of her finances. The exact details of her financial situation remain partly unclear, but her story highlights an important issue faced by many professional athletes. Athletic careers are often short, and the window for earning large amounts of money can close quickly. Without careful financial planning and long-term investment strategies, even the most celebrated champions may encounter financial uncertainty later in life. Despite these concerns, Florence Griffith-Joyner's legacy remains firmly rooted in her athletic achievements. She inspired millions of young athletes, particularly young women of color, to believe that greatness on the world stage was possible. More than 3 decades later, FloJo's records still stand as a testament to her extraordinary talent. Her story reminds us that while financial fortunes may rise and fall, true greatness, earned through dedication, discipline, and courage, can leave a lasting impact that extends far beyond medals or money. Sheryl Swoopes. In the history of women's basketball, few names carry as much weight as Sheryl Swoopes. Often referred to as the female Michael Jordan, Swoopes was one of the pioneers who helped shape the early identity of the WNBA. Born in Brownfield, Texas, she developed her skills through relentless dedication and eventually became one of the most dominant players in the sport. Swoopes first gained national attention while playing college basketball at Texas Tech University. During the 1993 NCAA Women's Basketball Championship, she delivered one of the most legendary performances in college sports history, scoring 47 points in the championship game, leading Texas Tech to victory. That moment instantly placed her among the greatest collegiate players of all time. When the WNBA launched in 1997, Swoopes became a historic figure by signing the league's first-ever player contract. She joined the Houston Comets, where she quickly became the face of the franchise. Alongside teammates like Cynthia Cooper and Tina Thompson, she helped lead the Comets to 4 consecutive WNBA championships from 1997 to 2000, establishing the league's first dynasty. Individually, Swoopes built an extraordinary career. She was named WNBA Most Valuable Player 3 times, 2000, 2002, and 2005, won multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards, and earned 3 Olympic gold medals representing the United States in 1996, 2000, and 2004. Her success made her one of the most influential athletes in women's basketball. Financially, Swoopes earned millions during her playing career through salary, endorsements, and sponsorship deals. She even had her own Nike signature shoe line called the Air Swoopes, a rare honor that highlighted her importance in the sports world. However, despite these accomplishments, financial challenges emerged later in her life. In 2004, Sheryl Swoopes filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, citing a combination of failed investments, financial mismanagement, and overspending. Like many professional athletes, the transition from a steady playing salary to life after sports proved difficult. Her experience reflects a common challenge in professional athletics. Careers are often short, but financial responsibilities can last a lifetime. Without long-term planning, even highly successful athletes may struggle once their playing days are over. Despite these setbacks, Swoopes' influence on basketball remains undeniable. She continues to be celebrated as one of the athletes who helped elevate women's sports to a global stage. Her story serves as both inspiration and caution, reminding future generations that greatness on the court must be matched with wisdom off it. Fantasia Barrino. Few success stories in modern music feel as dramatic as the rise of Fantasia Barrino. Born in High Point, North Carolina, Fantasia grew up facing numerous hardships, including financial instability and personal struggles during her teenage years. Yet her powerful voice and undeniable stage presence would eventually change the course of her life forever. Fantasia first captured national attention in 2004 when she competed on the 3rd season of American Idol. Week after week, her emotionally charged performances stunned both judges and viewers. Her unforgettable rendition of Summertime from Porgy and Bess became one of the most iconic performances in the show's history. When she was crowned the winner, Fantasia instantly became a household name. Her debut single, I Believe, debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, a rare accomplishment for a new artist. Soon after, her first album, Free Yourself, achieved platinum status, confirming that her success was not just a reality television moment, but the beginning of a major music career. Over the following years, Fantasia continued building her reputation with powerful vocals and emotional storytelling. She released multiple successful albums, earned Grammy Awards, and even starred on Broadway in The Color Purple, where critics praised her raw and moving performance. Despite this success, Fantasia faced serious financial challenges not long after her rise to fame. In 2009, reports surfaced that she was struggling with financial management issues and was facing foreclosure on a home in North Carolina. The situation drew widespread attention because it seemed surprising that someone who had achieved such rapid success could face such difficulties. Part of the challenge came from the sudden transition into wealth and fame. Like many young celebrities, Fantasia had to navigate financial responsibilities, legal pressures, and personal challenges all at once. Without strong financial guidance early on, the sudden influx of money became difficult to manage. However, Fantasia's story did not end with financial hardship. Over time, she rebuilt her career, continued recording music, touring internationally, and performing in theater productions. Her resilience became one of the defining themes of her life. Fantasia's journey reflects an important truth about success. Talent can open doors, but maintaining stability requires patience, discipline, and strong support systems. Today, she stands as an example of perseverance, someone who faced setbacks but refused to let them define her future. These stories prove that success is never guaranteed to last forever. Even global superstars can struggle when financial pressure, poor advice, or unexpected life events take control. But they also show something powerful. Falling down does not mean the end of the journey. Many of these celebrities rebuilt their lives, careers, and reputations after losing everything. Their experiences remind us that financial wisdom is just as important as talent. Now we want to hear from you. Which of these celebrities do you think had the most shocking financial downfall or the most inspiring comeback? Share your thoughts below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the conversation on Black Excellence Legends, where we explore the powerful stories behind the icons who shaped culture and history.